Okay, so hello and welcome.
Here we are in Sedona with a very special friend and guest, Viviane Chauvet. Welcome, Viviane.
Thank you so much, both of you, Pragit and Jewel. Always such a joy and a privilege to be in your presence.
Yes, we met Viviane actually very recently, and we had an amazing experience. We met online in an online conference, and we were asked to do a meditation together. And it was like, wow, we're going to do something with someone that we don't know. And we said yes. And the experience was absolutely incredible. The way that Vivian's team, she's going to tell you about that in a moment, her team and the Stargate energy was just out of this world.
Yeah, so I want to start by saying for anyone who doesn't know the Stargate experience, who might have just found this, we're going to be working with high vibrational energy fields today, and we're going to do a co creative meditation once again with Viviane. And so stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it. It's super powerful every time we work together.
Mm.
And so, with that, we can introduce Viviane to our community.
So Viviane describes herself. Well, I'm not sure. Even just say it. I'm going to ask Viviane to discuss who she is, how she got here, what her mission is, and we'll pop in with some questions as you tell us about yourself.
Of course, it is my pleasure. So I am a nocturne being in a human hybrid form. And what does it mean in my case to be a nocturne being in a hybrid advanced form? Is that at the soul level, I am a nocturne being that comes from the realm of Arcturus. I'm a direct soul aspect of my Arcturian avatar self. My Arcturian group, along with my Arcturian father, engineer this template that you see me in, that you call the human body. So they engineer this body throughout multitude of generations of collaborating with my human side to my mother, my grandfather, grandmothers. It's been many, many generations in the making for me to be able to choose a perfect template that will allow me to maintain the highest level of frequency and being able to embody a template that will just allow me to be functional here on this third density of the earth plane, at the same time be completely retaining my Arcturian self, my Arcturian essence. And therefore my body has quite a bit of differences, even though it may not too much look like it. That was the design, so I can look more like human as opposed to looking like a very 12 feet, 15 feet tall, Arcturian being with no hair, like elongated face and all the beautiful trait that we have, but are very non-human, and come to you and said, we'll do a Stargate experience together. It would really have changed the directions. So I chose, through the Council of Elders and through the High Priestess group that I'm a part of, I chose to be a direct representative on the planet in this very unique form so that I can do more work. I can be more prophetic into the paradigm shifting that we're moving into. It's called the ascension timeline. So my role is really much on a planetary level. And of course, I do work with individual, but my role ultimately it's very much on the planetary mission. And so my physical body was carefully engineered through advanced conscious assisted technology through holographic and other form that the Octurns have mastered over millions of years of existence to create this perfect template that you see me as today. So there's a lot of different ripple effect in terms of being on the planet for an Arcturian, even a star seed. It is extremely challenging for us to be in this dense field and to be in the polarized dualistic reality. You have to think about Arcturians are known as one of the most enlightened, advanced civilizations interacting with your Earth for a long time. So we have reached a level of enlightenment and ascension already, and therefore our physical body vibrate in a very high state. We're vibrating super high, so we're completely have shifted and transcended any form of density of lower frequencies a long, long time ago. So think about it this way: Arcturians, we have the capacity of coexisting in the same physical template for almost thousands of years if we choose to. That tells you how much the body has shifted over the years.
Mm.
So it really is a mission of love. It's a great, great calling of supporting an entire civilization known as Earth human beings, and to supporting an entire celestial being known as a planet in the midst of one of the most important elevation in even the solar system history, because the Earth ascension is leading the way for many, many other star groups, other civilizations who are at the same level of evolution as the Earth. So, imagining without knowing it, you are creating, making history. You are creating ways of instructions that emanates from the earth plane beyond the solar system, and we take those instructions and we support also other civilizations who will undergo as well their own level of soul evolution. So no wonder all eyes are on the earth. Have you ever wondered why there's so many so many intergalactic brothers and sisters coming up, angelic beings, where there's so much going on in the, even here on Earth in the community? That's because what we are co-creating is just, it's beyond, it's phenomenal. And it is time to return, very much so. For all of us, it is time for you to reclaim your divine sovereignty and remembering more than ever who you really are, as opposed to pulling out these identities, and coming out of duality. It's time to move forward. What next? What's next on the evolution? Have you ever wondered that, or even for you, Pragit and Jules, about what's next on the next level of evolution?
Well, for me, it's worrying about what I'm going to do tomorrow and where the next workshop is. But Alcazar has talked a bit about, similar to what you're just saying, that the universe is watching because of what's happening here on the Earth and the acceleration. And as you said, there's so much support happening from the different realms, and that's something that the Stargate has been working with for many years. But now it's a great delight to be able to work with someone as directly as we are with you, where we can hear so much more direct from the stars. And that's what I really, really appreciate. And this morning, before we actually went live, we were chatting, and Viviane said they have what you could call spacecraft the size of a planet.
Wow.
And it was like, whoa, that's a little bit bigger than I'd imagined.
See, that's huge.
Yes.
Cool.
We do have planetary size planet. It's literally an entire ecosystem. Imagine what I call a floating ecosystem in space and time. And we have different levels, gardens, the rejuvenations place, and different, everything is just very much attribute in way that support, thousands of passengers, so to speak. The beauty of those, and what I prefer, in my case, what I like the most, is that we do have other members from other groups that are also working with us. So, when you come on board one of those huge planetary size ship, you will come in contact with other intergalactic groups, not just the Arcturians. We work very much so in partnership with many other enlightened delegations, coming from star system you may have never heard of in this lifetime. And so it's really wonderful to see. So we're not only we are very community centered in terms of, we know where our people are at any given time. The star seeds are on the planet, including myself as a hybrid point of contact and emissary, but also where all the ships are throughout the matrix. We know where we are. We are always in that constant state of communication. So part of these qualities that I embody in this life. So if when I make friends, friendship, community, my tribe, it's very important to me. So once you're part of my tribe, I'm going to take good care of you because this is part of who we are. It's very much innate. So this is part of, sometimes it's an opposition to how Earth human beings function. You can be friends with someone and then out of the blue, they move in a new direction and you go like, I always tell my actual father, I sometimes don't understand the human behavior. What did I miss? What did I do? And they said, what you have to understand that on Earth, relationship and partnership will work at a different level. There's different dynamics behind it for different purposes. But I really bring, even though I look a lot humanized, and that was the goal, I am very much thinking and perceiving reality as an intergalactic being. So there's a lot of these natural way of perceiving virtues, qualities, embodiment that I would perceive that is very part of because I'm a nocturne being in this form. So I'm always in dialogue. I can be sitting there looking, I'm very quiet, but in reality, I'm in constant dialogue with my group. We are in constant symbiotic synergy of transmission and communication. And so to me, it's normal to function that way, to be in that more synergy functionality. So I've learned a lot from my human experience at the same time, and they learn too. And that's one thing that even the vast delegations of interstellar intergalactic beings interacting with the earth are learning also from the quality, the energy, the evolution, the conscious progress of earth human beings to their own people, to the star seed point of contact, those who are in communication, the teachers on the planet. So there's a lot of exchange. So I'm saying that because after time people tells me, oh, I feel like I'm not contributing enough, and the answer is you're contributing a lot. You know that you're always creating, you are in a co-creation constantly. If I just limit it to the intergalactic communities, but even beyond that, on the universal level, you're always in that universal co-creation pulse. So it is important to remain, how could I say that, to remain fluid with the change, to remain adaptable. Allow yourself that fluidity of movement and changes. Give yourself permission, because you are part of something extremely magnificent, even though right now it may feel confusing, fragmented. We hear so much and we're being pulled in all directions. This is why we create this bridge to the divine, and what we're going to be co-creating together. And that's exciting.
I think that's a really important point that you make. It's a constant evolution that we're all part of. It's not happening to us. We are contributing moment by moment by our vibration, by our intention, by what we're putting out, how we're sharing. That's why so many beings from so many levels talk about love and caring and compassion. And I think these are really important elements that we really need to allow and express more and more.
Yeah.
And also it's just the being available to the changes that want to happen in your life. We're so used to being conditioned to be rigid and to follow what we've been told. And now is the time to set ourselves free from this old conditioning. And there's an incredible amount of support for that freedom to come into our lives, but we have to allow it. We have to ask for it.
Yeah. There's an interesting question that came in the chat, and someone was saying, but so the Earth is on the verge of this planetary awakening, but it's not the first civilization that's become awakened. The Octurians have many millions of years ago. And they were saying, what's special about the Earth? And I think it's an interesting question because from Alcazar's perspective, he's shared that the Earth is like this melting pot with many, many, many different galactic civilizations. I'm curious, Viviane, what your perspective is about this.
Absolutely. And interweave very well with what Alcazar is saying, as above, so below. Look at the diversity of life, the diversity in the ecosystem capable of a planet to be able to sustain. I mean, just the insect world, the mineral kingdom, the tree, the diversity of human being throughout, the entire globe, the diversity of oceanic life that we can barely even explore because of the depth and how unexplored just this realm has been over centuries. So if
Mm.
you look at a planet capable of sustaining such a level of diversity of life, it represents such a beautiful microsystem of life that is representative on a universal level. We talk about the intergalactic, but there is also multitude of plane of existence, and each plane of existence has countless dimensions and systems and stars and consciousness. It is extremely diversified. The earth becomes a center point, a jewel, if you want to call it this way. We call it the blue pearl. It becomes a center point of reconciliating what many, many, many other civilizations have gone through in the same path of descending away from the ultimate truth of their divinity, so that descendants into lower frequencies, fragmentation, seemingly illusionary paradigm of separation. We need to move out of that primal fear that has been weave like a web over so many lifetime, over and over and over, and get off of that reincarnation wheel and that cycle. I'm sorry, I'm smiling because as I'm talking so eloquently with both of you and all of you listening, watching, one of my cat is just giving a concerto of Lyran energy at the same time, because we have cats at home, and Lyran and certain energy, and the Lyran just going a concerto as I'm speaking. So we are being joined right now by the Lyrans, everyone.
That's cute. We can't hear her,
no.
but that's
Oh
very
yeah,
cute.
it's going on very eloquently in the background, and I can hear that. I call it a Lyran concerto of sacred tones and going, yes, that's correct. You're part of this.
So I have a question from your Arcturian point of view. What's the reason for coming here and then going to such a deep unconsciousness? And then the struggle, the daily struggle, in a sense, over lifetimes to start this process of becoming awakened again. Why is that happening?
And that's a fantastic question. I asked the same question myself. I asked the team, I said, like in my case, I'm a prototype. We went through into great, great extent to bring me back to the planet. You have no idea in terms of the extent we took. It took generation to perfect a perfect template with a gene pool and the stabilization. Anyway, so I asked them, I said, why don't you just come back? I could have been right into my Arcturian self and just says, hey, we're here to help to teach you and help you to simply help you remembering who you are. The answer that was shown to me, partially of the answer was, it will not be as effective as moving back to devolution, going back backwards, relearning the step in order to come back to that state of awaken, to truly understand what are the challenges, what is it that human beings have gone through for generations. Think about it this way. If you are a PhD doctor and you've done for 30, 40 years, what is the point of you going back into a kindergarten classroom or even first grade? You would say, well, I'm already at a PhD level. And the reason is that to bridge, to help you re-understand what the first students of the first grades need to go back, learn what their challenges are. For you, there's no challenge. It's you've already mastered those levels. But when you go back at that level, you want to really understand what level of assistance that is non-interfering into the soul evolution of an entire civilizations, as opposed to bring technology and giving you here the manual books. You may not have the point of reference or the spiritual maturity to understand what this manual books is truly about. So it defines the purpose. So many masters or souls or star seeds have returned to says, let's go back to the ABCs,
Mm.
because anyway, I'm going to awaken faster anyway. But I want to understand, how can I truly bring the support that this planet truly needs without interfering, giving you the ultimate opportunity of a lifetime, so to speak. So we have this non-interference
Mm.
approach, and that is true for the earth. It's true to any group we work with.
Mm.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's something that Alcazar says a lot,
Yeah.
that we need to ask
Yeah.
because of the non-interference, not
Yeah.
allowing ourselves to interfere with what's happening. But when we ask, then there's an incredible level or levels of support that are available.
And Alcazar also talks about what he calls the planetary transition team or transformation team, which is exactly what you're talking about, Vivienne, where it's like we're souls or beings who specialize in going into unconsciousness with the planetary system because we know that we're going to be on the leading edge of awakening.
Mm.
And it's like such a great and beautiful thing, really, as an act of service to like go into the depths of the unconsciousness along with everyone so that we can like lift up. It's exactly like you're describing it so beautifully. It's like the best way to change a system is from within it.
Mm.
100%, 100%. And it is also written in history of the earth. I mean, I remember distinctly that a delegation of our civilizations, the Arcturian, did approach the world leaders.
Mm.
Many, probably about at least 60 years ago, according to your timeline calculations.
Mm.
And the first question we were asked is, are you going to share your technology? And the
Mm.
answer is absolutely no.
Mm.
We have something better to offer.
Hmm.
At the
Mm.
same time, at the time of where the earth consciousness was and the world leaders, let's say, intentions and goals were completely misaligned with us. We were
Mm.
giving actually an opportunity to accelerate increasingly,
Mm.
pretty much significantly, I mean, to accelerate the spiritual journey of the earth. So today, we would already be in a complete enlightened state. So what
Yeah.
happened is that it has created a conjunction in the timeline. So it has delayed what is inevitable. And
Hmm.
here we are today. But at the same time, nothing is in vain. Nothing is in vain. And one thing about the invitation is to release the word mundane, because on a quantum level, the semantics of those words have a complete different significance. It's more as everything is an invitation for you to awaken, even something very simple. And let's keep things simple. Very much so the approach of what is awakening, what is conscious living, what is opening of the heart, what we're doing together. Because otherwise, what it does, and we see that every day in my work with people from all over the world, it creates a false sense of, I'm behind, I need to do more, I need to learn these really super advanced technique in order to achieve, in order to. And the answers is the opposite, is release yourself
Hmm.
from these impressions. It's almost like the last 3 4 years, it has, yes, created an amazing and awakening wave on the planet, but at the same time, it is time for the higher teacher to come forward and it says, okay, what does it mean to be in an awakened state now? So let's settle down and
Mm.
let's take a look at it so we can have a frame of reference to work from, as opposed to go in all direction, what I call the buffet. They want simple everything and they want to be everywhere. And it's just not about that. It's much more profound and yet accessible to you right now, if that
Mm.
makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, one of the phrases that Alcazar says again and again, there's nothing to do. It's
Ah,
not about, because that comes from that old conditioning of the mind. It's just relax and be, and then a flow happens. It's not like nothing happens if you let go of control. When you let go of control, amazing things start to happen that the mind couldn't create.
Yeah, it's an interesting paradox because that awakened state that we crave, we already are that. Like that's inherently who we are.
Yeah.
And so the only way to actually access it is to get the humanness to go shh.
Yeah. That old conditioning. Yeah.
And this is one of the functions of the Stargate is it vibrates us into the awareness of our total energy presence. It's an interesting paradox because it's like, okay, well, if I do nothing, then I'm just like, we imagine that we'll just continue to be these unconscious humans, when actually there's some kind of like magic we're being invited into. It's like we're on this like accelerated awakening. It's almost like it's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like when you stop trying, when you stop efforting, and when you stop trying to decide what the next step is, then that higher aspect, your higher self or your superconscious self, as Alcazar calls it, that starts to guide you. And so it's setting aside all these conditioned ideas about reality and just allowing your natural state, which we've almost completely forgotten about because we've been in this conditioned, limited space for generations. And we've lived many, many lifetimes here as this totally shut down, controlled person in many forms, in many different places on the planet. And now we're being asked to remember, as Alcazar calls it. Nothing to do.
yes, indeed, indeed, and we call it this way. It's the great remembering. It's actually it's the reascension. We are reascending again. It's
Yeah.
simply that suddenly I see that phrase. It's like the veils are lifting up. It's coming out of the brain and mind connections. As soon as always the brain mind keep people running, what happened is simply create just a little higher spiritual reality, but they're still in that density. It's just a little higher, and then you go a little bit higher. Okay, I know everything I need to know. When I hear that, I always says, okay, you know what you have learned so far, remain teachable. And allow yourself to disengage and unwind from that brain-mind connection that will dictate what is it that you need to do. And one of my favorite phrases that human beings sometimes says is, I am trying to figure things out. Then you are trapped in a paradigm in a loop.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's great because Alcazar talks about this brain-mind mechanism all the time. So it's kind of interesting to hear you say the same thing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well, it is beautiful and it makes a lot of sense. And I'll tell you what, all the great teachers, the advanced masters, we all speak of similar concept. When you see such similarity at a higher inspirational level, you know that you're looking at a higher, you know that we all working together. And we need to reinforce more and more and more all of these higher concepts until they become the new reality, just like the dark light polarity reinforce over and over and over their reality by repeating the same things, right? So I love that Alcazar, our Arcturian delegations, the other masters, the beings of light, because we all converging towards the same goal, which is the grand return, the grand remembrance that, oh, wait a minute, the 99% of divinity within me is having a 1% of a human experience. Now I remember.
I just got an incredibly beautiful wave of love and gratitude towards you. Thank you so much for being here because it's touched us so deeply. And I know from the I mean, there's almost 1,000 people watching right now. It's
Mhm.
like the thousands of people that you've already touched. And I know it's a challenge. I've heard you say when we've talked in the past that you need to go up to the ship to take care of your physicality. Would you like to say a couple of things about that? Why that's necessary?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Pragit, for always being so beautifully not only receptive to our really our my sense of who we are, but you always so you recognize us so well and appreciate, and it means a great deal. We're definitely in this together. We are on a mission of love. That's the baseline of everything that we do. Um, think of it this way: is when I returned to the planet. First, I was born on the ship with my Octarian father, and I know it because they granted me with the joy of having complete memory of it. They showed to me, they want me to understand that I was reinserted into the timeline where I came back. And that's because physically, my body, even though I look a lot human, I will laugh. I have adapted somehow to humor. I, I drink tea, I eat chocolate, and I talk about these things so I can be relatable. I want to be relatable. I understand you. I understand your journey. I understand generations of journey on the planet. I understand the earth. Gaia knows me. I know her. I wanted to experience all of it so I can be with you in the river, not on the shore waving at you. You can do it. Come swimming. No, let's swim together, right? This is
Yeah.
why I did it.
Mm.
So my body is designed to live in a higher frequency level. My lungs, my respiratory system, my digestive system, my immunity, my entire body template is designed to be more sustaining into a higher frequency level. So it's like asking you to go live on the water with these wonderful civilizations that they are built to live in that ecosystem, but you're physically designed to live on the ground. So my template is not purely designed to be sustained for that long on a planet that still vibrate at a much, much lower frequency that my natural state is. So imagine yourself compressing yourself in that way. So it will be reflecting. So when I was a child growing up, I had a lot of challenge. The body was not responding as well to growth and food assimilation and oxygen intake and all of this. And so I need a lot of help to stabilize the template. Otherwise, there was a very high chance that the body would perish, which it almost did, by the way. And if the body had perished, then we're back to square one. What do we do? Right? So my body needs extra help no matter how healthy I eat, and vitamins, supplement, minerals, really high we use really high qualities of supplement and all of this, and that's just enough to keep me in the baseline of the requirements here. But other than that, I need my Arcturian advanced ways of maintaining and sustaining my template. I let's just say this way: my body has already reached such a maximum over the many years on the planet, so I'm due for an upgrade. I'm going to be Vivian 2.0.
Ah, wow. So maybe we can share a little bit of energy work with everyone
Yeah.
that's
I
listening.
mean, it feels like we're naturally kind of bridging this topic of um, the bridge to the divine
Hmm.
with the conversation and where it's gone. And I'm wondering if Viviane, we're going to be spending 3 days together in Shasta, doing a workshop and live streaming the whole thing. So first of all, I'm really excited because, as you can see, like from just this little conversation that we're having, it's so rich. Every time that we connect, it's like you're a vault of so much wisdom and love and galactic information. And so for us, it's like a pure delight.
Hmm.
In this focus for our 3 days together came from you with the bridge to the divine. So I'm wondering if maybe first you can say a bit about what that means to you, And then we can see what Alcazar has to say about the potentials for those days, and then segue into the meditation.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Beautiful. What a fantastic flow. Jill, you're really good at this, and thank you for bringing it. It's just, I mean, I can see how the three of us are just flowing in this beautiful triangle of pure integration, exchange, support, and love, of course. It really is. Arcturians are extremely graceful and loving beings who are masters of what we do, and we honor life, we protect life. That's part of our really big deep virtue that we carry. It's about the protection of life. So, bridge to the divine came in a place that looking at, observing, feeling, experiencing where we are on the planet. We're going to be right at the conjunction of another solstice from our hemisphere. We're going to be moving into the summer solstice, and the other hemisphere of the planet moving into winter. So there's a solstice energy coming in. One thing we feel that this amazing workshop we're going to co-create together is really creating a distinct bridge of interconnections between the lower and the higher self. We need to come into that space of integrated aspect of ourselves to better take on the next level evolution, and to be able to, even on the body level template, to bring in the cosmic tone returning, to integrate the solar frequencies, to embrace the awakening of the new template that we're shifting into this more luminous form, whether it's on a DNA level, whether it's the chromosome, like Cryon mentioned about the activations, whether it's these new harmonized archetype, this new structure, this divine structure coming in, or we are embracing the divinity into the hard mind, to the divine feminine, masculine component, the higher self, the worldly self, and how we're shifting into a more cosmic internal presence, as we call it. So it's very much opportunity for everyone to feel, understand, and experience what is your soul synchronicity. Can you imagine moving forward, living in a more integrated state within yourself, which means releasing those doubts and core of unworthiness, or whether it's carrying from your ancestral upbringing or historical and even cultural. We're transcending all of these layers of stories that has simply built a shell or a persona on top of who we are. And as more and more people and star seeds are coming back to embracing their true nature, now we are giving you a golden opportunity to really feel and come experience and co-create with us during this bridging time. And this is just an aspect of what comes. Of course, Alcazar will have more to add and how we're going to interweave into that co-creation together, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, life is just so incredible right now. When people just kind of let go of shoulds and coulds and start, and it's difficult. I understand it's really difficult. It's taken me many years to get to this place of allowing the flow, so to speak. But I really want to encourage everyone just to allow for the possibility that there's a new way. And we don't know what that is until we start living it. And when we start living it, it's like, woohoo! Bring me more. Thank you. Bring me more, as Alcazar says. It's like, it's incredible. And I know for myself, I've got so many limitations, which I still live. I still hold on to them in my humanness. And I can totally appreciate the challenge of letting go, especially, if you have a family, you have those people that are relying on you. How do you let go of being in the old? And it's not so much a how, it's about experience the energies that will support you in discovering your own how, because there's no how that fits everyone. We are all unique. We've been on the planet for maybe 100 lifetimes. And because of this, we are incredibly unique. And influences from these past lives affect how we are now. And there's no one way. The only thing that we can do is share the energetic of the new. And that's why I'm so, so grateful for the Arcturans and the other star beings and the other realms that are so available when we ask. And I love you. I really do. Thank you so much. And it's like when you're with us, I feel the presence. I really wish my inner vision would open so I could see them, but I feel them. In fact, I'm feeling them right now as I talk. I feel their presence, and it's an indescribable sensation because we're so used on a human level to talk about love. And really, what we call love here is such an infinitesimal small part of the reality of that energetic of love that comes through Viviane and all the different beings in these different realities.
And ourselves when we vibrate into that receptive space.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Pragit, I love you too, very much so. And Jewel, I love you too, dear. Both of you are amazing, absolutely two incredible human beings and also divine beings. And I am extremely grateful to be part of your life, part of mine, and what we are creating together. There's so much respect. There's so much honoring between us and also friendship that tell us that beyond this lifetime, we have prepared this. We knew that a certain conjunction on the journey, that one event will trigger the remembering and opening the new level. And that one online event, which is at the end of December of 2022, which I will always remember in the timeline. I have a photographic memory so I can see that one, my team immediately told me, you must connect with these two. You must initiate the connection. No delay. You must. And they even told me a time frame. They gave me a time frame with like, I better listen. They gave me 48 hours. They said in 48 hours, you have to connect. And it's been absolutely incredible. So I am really overjoyed that you feel our presence, that you can really feel an aspect of our essence of who we really are and how much we work. And when Alcazar come and your own intuition, your own gift, your own light to your own super consciousness coming in, we all coming as a supportive group. We are creating that together. And that's what I love about all this. And it's another thing about what we recognize the other teachers. We recognize how much everyone is unique and everyone has a role and everyone has their own journey. We recognize all of this. We know and thank the maker that there's many of us, in this together. We always says, together we are far more powerful than we can ever be apart. And it's true.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And it was the same for us when we first met you and shared that meditation. Immediately afterwards, I turned to Jules and said, we have to work with this person.
Yeah. Viviane, it was while you were still guiding the meditation. It was like so beautiful. And he turns to me and he's like, we need to work with her.
We were transmitting.
It was so cool. Yeah, and especially since right after you finished, you said, I feel we'll be collaborating together. Yeah. And Brigitte was like, yeah.
I love it.
It does feel like there's some very cosmic synchronicity at play here.
Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to sharing these days because we've only had these brief moments together online or in person. And the thought of 3 days together and what's going to come out of this is very, very exciting. And I really, if anyone watching can feel the excitement, I don't know is the right word. There's such a power of invitation that's happening from spirit through this.
I just feel it so much as well when you're talking this universal joy opening, that's That's really uplifting and inviting. I love what you say that. And I know in Maui we had a week together, and then most recently at a Cryon, the Love Connection with Cryon, we have that one day, that moment together. And then we're going to have 3 glorious time of energy together right in Mount Shasta, California, right into that beautiful energy. And when we're in person together, the frequency just we go to the next level. I mean, the energy experience, like you said, Jules, we take it to the next level and everybody feel it. It's the experience behind it that becomes so much valuable and unique. So I am really much looking forward to co-create the next amazing imprint in time and space.
I just got, I guess, from somewhere, Alcazar perhaps, it was like being in the energy field that's already being created for these 3 days. It gives each one of us present, online or in person, it gives us a taste of the freedom that we require in order to start living a higher aspect of ourselves. It's giving an energetic experience. It's not even about the words or the instruction or the information. It's an experience of the new you. It's an opportunity to taste how it feels to be more free, to be more connected to that superconscious self. And that's always such a delight.
That's one phrase summarize I feel everything. Experience the new you. It is really much a chance, an opportunity to get out of that brain paradigm, out of that lower density mind paradigm that has been dictating people of what they're supposed to be capable of and incapable of. I always says, what aspect of you is driven to accomplish what and for what purposes? What aspect of you is running the show, so to speak, the most in your life? And what is it that you are magnetizing through your thoughts, your energy, your belief system, your directions? When you get engaged into something, you are investing of your divine light, your energy. So oftentimes one of the huge belief system that we need to shift to is to magnetize negativity to express positivity. There's no need to go into negative energy in order to create what we want into a positive form. That is just feeding polarization. So when you experience the new you, we're moving out of, and that also means in the way we speak. Now we're moving out is universe, this is what I don't want. I don't want the 3D. I don't want them to be this way. I don't. What you're doing is that you're expressing a heart positive desire through a negative way of approaching this. That's one huge reversal of thought system that we see also as an opportunity to reverse.
One of the things that Alcazar repeated, I think maybe it was yesterday, I'm not sure, but he said at one point in human history, way back, the brain-mind mechanism was told that it had to take care instead of the heart guiding who we are and what we're doing. And so the brain has been trying to take care of us when it's not designed for that. The brain is designed to implement the messages and the information from the heart, which is from your higher aspects. And so the brain has been struggling, and you see the effect of it in the state of the world and how it's been over the centuries. And so when we start to allow our brain-mind mechanism to relax and listen to the wisdom of the heart, then the brain-mind mechanism can start functioning in the way it's designed, which is to implement on a physical level what the heart is guiding us into. And when we start to realize that, when we start to relax and nothing to do, as Alcazar says, the guidance, the movement, the creation on a daily basis starts to happen from the heart-centeredness. And the brain becomes so much more relaxed and at peace as it simply does what it's designed to do.
Oh, I completely agree with you. This is also what the Octurnes, what we call moving out of instinctual living and going into more essential living. Now you're shifting onto that primal instinctual living of being on autopilot to what the brain has been dictating as a survival and protection. And it's more in terms of allowing yourself to release that aspect and start to really feel what your heart soul evolution is really about. What else is possible? What else there is? I always says, imagine what else there is, right?
That's a great question when we're stuck in a pattern that can help us to like shift out of it. Because so often it's like we in that hole, we just want to keep digging. You know, it's a funny I mean, at least for me as a human being, I do that. And then like just that one question, like what else is there to experience in this moment other than this one rut that I feel like I'm in? It opens the field of possibility. So a few people are asking about how they can sign up for the live stream of this. I'm also curious because we haven't gotten any channeling from Alcazar yet. I'm wondering if we're going to get one on this live stream. We'll see. But this is the dates are the 16th to the 18th. This landing page is for the workshop in person and the live stream. The in-person workshop is full in Shasta, but the live stream has unlimited capacity. So we invite you all to, you can visit stargate.live/bridge. You can register for the 3 days. The whole thing is going to be live streamed. And yeah, it's going to be a total blast. I invite everybody to join us because whenever we work with Viviane, it's always so truly amazing. And Martha Costello saying, absolutely out of this world.
Oh, thank you, Martha.
Cool. So what do you think?
Well, I think we should extend this for 5 hours because I really I'm enjoying this connection so much.
I
got other things to do.
I know, but at the same time, I'm always with you, and in the heart, and I always says I'm only a phone call away whenever you need texts, and we're here in many ways. Plus, June 16 is literally around the corner, and you have some fun experience to have when you're still in Sedona. Integrate, and you come back home with these renewed energies. So you're going to just think of it this way. You're just simply preparing for our arrival in Shasta and for our wonderful workshop. So, we remember we're always in that love connection. So I would love just to maybe if you want to start leading with Alcazar, short meditation, field energy, bridging into that experience together. And just for today, we're going to be wrapping just for today because it's going to be so much more.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So we invite you all to close your eyes, go inside, and we're going to put up a cover here.
And so we just invite you to relax. And again, nothing to do. That means don't try and feel the energy. Don't try and meditate. Just relax, and it can happen all by itself. So let the body be comfortable. And as you relax, you'll find that you become more sensitive to the subtle energies that would be coming to you. And understand that this connection, this energy work happens on the quantum level. And so wherever you are, and even whenever you're hearing these words, because if you're listening to this in recording, you can feel exactly the same energies if you meditate with us in this moment of now, this timeless now moment. So being comfortable, relaxing, Keep the eyes closed throughout the meditation, because in that way, the energy will continue to build, continue to support you. Don't try and direct the energies, just be. And so, beloved ones, Vikriti Tizalkaza. And we invite you to allow for the possibility that even in this short meditative experience, transformation is possible, not because you try, but simply because you allow for the possibility. You do not know what this means, this transformation. It might not be anything visible that you see or feel. It can be internal. It can be at a cellular level. So let go of any intention and just be. Okay?
And so, beloved ones, as you simply relax into this now moment, feel the effects on your consciousness. Perhaps you can feel almost as if you are coming home to yourself. This is the paradox of nothing to do. As you relax your doing, your beingness speaks to you. You are on this trajectory, this timeline that is leading you to embodying greater and greater and even greater capacities to know self. There is nothing to do. And so we will begin this journey as we always do when we are working with the Stargate. We will invite each and every one of you to connect to the energies of your beautiful planet, your Gaia. And so just asking inside, we are calling for the energy of the earth to come up into our bodies, into our energy fields.
We call for the presence and support of this beautiful consciousness, whom we call Gaia, our planet Earth. Just allow for the possibility that the Earth can and is responding to your asking. So as we go through these experiences together in this meditation, it's important that you ask for your own self, because in that way, the guides, the beings, will respond to you. Sometimes you will feel it, sometimes it will be subtle and you don't notice it. But know, deeply know that when you genuinely ask, the response always comes.
And so now we invite each one of you hearing these words to connect to the energy, the consciousness of the Stargate. The Stargate is a sacred geometrical structure. It, through its sacred geometry, anchors a higher dimensional consciousness. And so you can invite the consciousness of the Stargate to be with you. Its function is to vibrate your energy field with the higher frequencies that are inherent, that are naturally a part of your wider universe, the higher realms and dimensions, which have almost been forgotten. It is time to reclaim your higher awareness. And so we ask each one of you to ask inside now for an etheric Stargate, an energy Stargate to come to you.
We call for the presence and support of an etheric Stargate, that consciousness that will respond to you. For those of you who know the Stargate, what it looks like, you can visualize or imagine it forming around you. If you do not know this structure, then imagine, visualize yourself within a pyramidal structure. For the consciousness of the Stargate will understand what you are asking for. So just imagine, feel yourself inside a geometric structure, a consciousness responding to your asking. And so now we are going to ask the Stargate to vibrate faster and faster, to start raising the energetic around you and within you. And we talk about dimensional realities, but do not get attached to these words. It is just an indication for the mind that the energies are changing. And so we are going to start to vibrate all the etheric stargates around the world. And as we do so, they move from the frequency ranges of your physical reality, your third dimension. And we are going to move up rapidly, raising the vibration, moving up into that which you might call your fifth dimensional energetics, continuing to vibrate your etheric stargate faster and faster, moving through the sixth dimensional frequencies, up into that which you may call the seventh dimension, where we are going to pause your stargate for a moment as it vibrates in the frequency ranges of the seventh dimension.
And we ask each one of you to invite in your etheric stargate a strong seventh dimensional energy field.
We call for a strong seventh dimensional energy field in all the etheric stargates around the world in this moment of now. And as you simply relax into this energetic, this gentle field around you, slowly, slowly, your energy would gently rise until you are in harmony with the energies around you. And these energies are vibrating you. They're vibrating you at a cellular level. They're actually vibrating your very DNA. If you simply relax and allow. It is this simple, it is this easy, nothing to do. It happens all by itself, just by relaxing and inviting these energies, inviting this support. Very good. So now we're going to continue to vibrate your etheric stargate faster again, moving up out of the seventh dimensional frequencies, up through the eighth into the ninth dimensional energetics, continuing to gently accelerate the vibrations in your etheric stargate, moving through the 10th into the 11th dimensional energetics, and now merging up into the 12th dimensional frequencies, where we pause the stargate once more.
And we ask you once again to invite a strong 12th dimensional energy field in your etheric stargate. And so we are calling for a strong energy field of the 12th dimension in all the stargates around the world.
And again, as you simply relax into these energies, your own energy is going to continue to rise. And very soon, in a few moments, you will be in harmony once more with the frequencies around you. And as this happens, as you relax into this field, effortlessly, not trying, just allowing. As you start to vibrate this high energy, you become more perceptive to the amazing support that is available to all of us from beyond the veil. The veils are not out there somewhere, they are within you. And so we would like to introduce some of these very beautiful beings who are always available. we usually start by inviting the angelic realm, because the angels have been known to humanity and accepted through many different religions.
And so we ask each one of you with an openness to ask inside for the presence of the angels.
Ask with feeling, ask wanting them to come to you. We call for the presence and support of the angelic realm. And just feel, for they are already bringing their energy into this global meditation. Feel the energy changing gently around you as the angels bring their love into this meditation. Very good. Very good. We would like also to bring some of the ascended masters, to invite them to support us, to bring their vibration, their enlightened energetic. We like to start with the one whom we call the Blessed Mother. She is known as Mary or Maria, the mother of Yeshua, Jesus, or Sananda. She brings her love, her caring for humanity. And so we ask each one of you to ask inside with feeling, with the desire to feel the love and energetic of the Blessed Mother.
And so we are calling for the presence of the Blessed Mother Mary or Maria.
And just feel, here she comes. Just feeling her love gently coming into this meditation. Her energies usually come very gently and then start to get stronger as you welcome her. You can invite her to come closer. Come closer. Yeah. And more. A divine feminine energy coming to us in this meditation. And so we are going to invite the divine masculine energy, who's well known to all of you, the Buddha. And so we ask each one of you to ask inside for the presence and support of Lord Buddha.
And so we call for the presence of Gautama, the Buddha.
And feel, here he comes, feeling the energy gently changing around you as the Buddha joins the Blessed Mother and the angels in this global meditation. You can invite them to come closer. You can invite them into your energetic field if you wish. Their vibration nourishing you at a cellular and interdimensional level, just by relaxing and allowing. There are many ascended masters. We have named but two. And in this meditation, we would ask you to invite any of the masters that you feel connected to into this meditation right now.
And so we are calling forth the presence of our ascended masters, our guides from the beyond.
And as you ask, again, just be open and feel, as many masters now bring their supportive energetic into this meditation, wherever you are and whenever you are hearing these words and receiving these energies. Very good. And as many of you already know, there are numerous star families, as we call them, who are available to support humanity in its awakening. And so we are going to invite our Arcturian friend to bring her star family into this meditation And perhaps she might like to invite other star families who are available to assist humanity.
And so we of the Arcturian delegations, we are honored to be in your presence as you keep integrating all the high, strong dimensional field of energies of the Stargate and the presence of the realms of light. We also transmit a beautiful energy, like a spark of our royal blue light, into your third eye and your higher heart, awakening the sacred bridge between your heart center and your higher heart. It is the center of your enlightenment for your ascension. And as you keep breathing deeply and slowly, we invite you to feel our presence, to feel our love. Today, we choose to simply share an aspect of our soul essence with you. Many of you recognize who we are as we recognize who you are. We're embracing this loving exchange of pure light. And as we are transmitting our soul essence from our Arcturian self to you, we also welcome the presence of the Lyrans on the Lyra constellation and our beloved brothers and sisters of Andromeda, the Andromedan. Together we form a sacred triangle of pure integration, connecting to the higher mind, heart, and soul together, helping you to unwind and disconnect from this brain mind archetype of the third density matrix reality. And through the presence of this sacred triangle of pure integration of the Arcturian, Lyrans, and Andromedan, we start the initiation process that allows you to bridge your lower self to your higher self. And as you keep reading, we invite you to simply accept our presence as we're here as elevated masters, teachers, guides, and dear friends, old friends. Many of you resonate with us because of a higher vibrational state, the frequency that is shifting onto your planet, into the heart and soul of living sentient life forms. Whether you are a human being, an animal, a tree, an elemental, and Gaia herself, all life, coming back into this harmonized sacred pulse of divine activation, recognition of each other, blessing life, honoring life that start with your own life and that of others. Remember that you all carry a divine spark of pure light that is your divinity. You are a supreme essence of light from Prime Creator. In the presence of the Arcturians, the Lyran, and the Andromedan, we're going to simply create a gentle template of light to allow all of you to integrate this most loving and elevated experience today. And of course, we're honored to be also in the presence of Alcazar. So we invite our dear friend Alcazar to conclude this wonderful meditation as we're holding space with all of you.
And so beloved friends around your world, slowly, slowly, as you remember, slowly, slowly, as you start to feel feelings that you have not experienced for so, so long. As you continue on your journey of remembering who you truly are and why you came here so many lifetimes ago, it seems like an endless journey on this earth. But in fact, it is just a small blink in universal time. You are returning back to that which you truly are, and returning with a wealth of experiencing, a depth of knowledge, which is a gift to yourself and to the universal growth. We honor each and every one of you. We wish you to know, to understand that the struggle is over when you allow the struggle to be over. And the higher aspects of who you have always been can start to gently guide your humanness into a more beautiful, loving, abundant, and youthful self. In great love and honoring, we are Alcazar. It is time, beloved friends. It is time. And so just taking a moment just to feel yourself. Notice your energy, the sensation within and around. And then very slowly, very gently, when you are ready, no rush, just allowing your eyes to come open, staying with the energy if you wish, and feeling yourself fully back in the body. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Viviane.
Oh, Viviane, you're muted. That's my hi.
Hi, thank you so much. That was incredible. Not everybody imagined 3 days. So thank you. That was absolutely incredible. I'm very grateful.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, the energy got very strong. Kind of like dimensionally strong, if that makes sense. Like it's interesting.
There's one thing that you mentioned in the meditation, the higher heart. Would you like to say something about that? Because for some people, it's a new term and they're not sure what that means.
Yes, of course. Briefly, what I would say, we will work with the higher heart anyway in the workshop. So that's an invitation, like we always says. The higher heart, if you look at the in correlation or relation to the chakra, the higher heart is through the thymus chakra. So you have the higher heart, which is considered as the center, the portal of your ascension, of your enlightenment. And you have the heart center, the heart chakra. So we start to elevate ourselves into the higher heart. This is where we create the bridge also to the higher mental faculties. And then sacred knowledge come through. And sacred knowledge is also supported with higher consciousness, because absorbing information is one thing, learning knowledge is another, but utilizing knowledge in sync with the higher heart, this is a true mastery. So it's really much, you can feel already the difference.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like you mentioned, Pragit, we could easily stay here for 5 hours.
Oh dear, or 5 days, yeah.
Indeed, absolutely. But we're going to have 3 wonderful days together, and I am really looking forward to it. My heart is already on site with both of you, and everyone will be joining us both live and on the live stream, which is really exciting.
Absolutely.
Yay.
So here's the link that's just come up so that you can join us on the live stream. If you can't be with us at that time, it's recorded. You can have the replays. And as we've said before, the energy in the replays is the same. If you close your eyes and tune in, the energies come to you because it's in the quantum field. It's not in time as we know it. It's in the timeless moment of now. So whenever on our timeline that you connect into it, the energies are fully there for you. Yeah.
Exactly. It's timeless. Absolutely. I want to send you, both of you, so much love from my heart to your heart, and I cannot wait to see you, and I cannot wait to connect with all of you. I'm so grateful that we took this time together today, and always a privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much love to you and to everyone that's joining us. It's a great time to be alive in the body.
It truly is. So thank you all for being here, and we will see many of you in the live stream where we'll be exploring these energies in much, much more depth, and as well as the I think we'll have some time for some cosmic Q&A.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear some more stories. The Arcturians, yes, and their perspective on what's happening here. So much love to you, Viviane. Okay. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful time as well, and I will see you very, very soon. Safe journey.
And much love to your team, because I can feel them around me right now.
Good, good. They do. We put that energy field around both of you and supporting you as well as what you do. So absolutely 100%. We're always here for you.
So much love to everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Yes, thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.